I am excited for this video. You guys have been requesting this one over the years more times than I can count, but today I'm going to be sharing with you all of my favorite kitchen tools, gadgets, and appliances. Hi there, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jessica, and here on my channel, we focus on all things mom life. However, everything we do here in this space does have a bit of a healthy twist, as I'm a holistic nutritionist and a nutritional practitioner. So obviously I film a lot of videos here in my kitchen, and I've done more videos in this kitchen than I can count over the years. And over that process and through this time, I have shown a ton of kitchen tools and gadgets that make my life easier, and honestly that just make being in the kitchen more enjoyable. So I put together my top 10 favorite kitchen tools and appliances, and I do have to preface this by saying this is part one of this video, because as I was putting together the list, it quickly escalated to like 20, 25, 30 items that I love and use in my kitchen on a daily and weekly basis. So please know that this is definitely part one to this video. But I did put together 10 of my most used items, and I'm excited to share them with all of you guys today. So we're gonna start off with some of my most used appliances that you see in my videos. And the first one definitely has to be this mini food processor. So you guys have seen me use this food processor in so many of my videos over the last 2 years. I think I've had it maybe even 3 years. So one of my best girlfriends, Andrea, bought me this food processor from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I'm pretty sure she got it for like $16. I have a really large Cuisinart food processor that Kaya bought at Crate & Barrel years ago. It works beautifully. That thing is a beast. But because it is so powerful, it's extremely heavy and cumbersome, and there's a ton of pieces that you have to clean. This one is as light as a feather, as you can see. It's super small, but extremely powerful, and not to mention easy as pie to clean. I put so much in this thing, and you would be shocked with what it can do. I love this one. So you can get a couple different versions of the Cuisinart, and I will have everything mentioned in today's video linked for you guys in the description box down below. But as I said, my girlfriend bought this for me at Bed Bath & Beyond. I think there was like a pink and a green one that were on sale for, again, under $20. I know Bed Bath & Beyond also has a silver one. There's a black one on Amazon. I'll have a few different versions for you. But ultimately, at the end of the day, having a mini food processor is great, because I love to use it to chop up carrots, zucchini. You guys have seen me micro chop up a ton of different vegetables. I put it in our different foods. I love to use it in baked goods. It's great when you're doing some healthy baking, because you can quickly throw things in here and process it. I love to use it to make my own flours, like oat flour. You can put your oats right in here, or almonds to make your own almond flour. You can do so much in this small but mighty food processor. Now moving over to an item that I've actually done a very long, extensive review on, and that is this Instant Pot blender. So I will link that video for you up here in the cards, but please know it was like one of my first videos on YouTube, and I was nervous and uncomfortable talking to the camera. So obviously you can see I've come a long way since then, but I talk in depth for like 20 minutes about just this blender alone. I still have the blender 3 years later and still use it on a nearly daily basis. I will say that there's like a little bit of like food, and I'll bring you guys close here in a second, a little bit of like food that I'm having a hard time getting off, but nothing in comparison to my the Vitamix. The Vitamix, the container oftentimes gets like a fog on it that it's impossible to get off. I haven't had that issue with this Instant Pot blender. Also, I'm pretty sure that when we purchased this one, it was only exclusively available at Walmart, and it was like $89. Now I know they have a ton of different versions of the Instant Pot blender. The reviews are great. And here, my personal review is I've been using this, again, on a nearly daily basis for 3 years, and it works like a dream. So one of the great things about this blender is that obviously you can do smoothies, which is what we typically do. I used to make baby food in here. You can make ice cream, your own nut milks. You also can make hot soup. So like the Vitamix, it does get hot. So I love, love, love this blender. It does come with a dampener just like the Vitamix would. I use this sometimes when I'm making like a thick smoothie bowl, or if I'm making like a really large dip. If you guys watched last week's video, I will link that for you up here in the cards. I share making different snacks, which I did make a bean dip in the small food processor that I just shared with you guys. But if you're making like a larger portion of that for a party or for a larger family, I would make it in this blender. So obviously, as a nutritionist, smoothies are a cornerstone in my life. You guys hear me say this. I call them my daily insurance policy. It's just the easiest way to get a ton of nutrients into your diet by putting everything in a blender, blending it up and drinking it. So having a high speed, high quality blender, I think is critical for anybody who's trying to start on their health journey. And I love that I can recommend something that's not $400, $500, $600, that's at a really affordable price point. So I, of course, will have this linked for you guys in the description box down below. I think they still make this exact version. If not, I will link a few similar ones, again, within the same price range from Instant Pot. Another staple in our house that we use extremely frequently, and I used to use every single day, as many of you who've been here for a long time, when I've done the celery juice on and off over the years, is our juicer, of course. So we actually got this juicer when we first got engaged and moved in together. Kaya wanted to immediately do some juice cleansing, and we're really into juicing. So we actually purchased this juicer in 2012. So it is 10 years old and it still runs like a dream. I've definitely thought about getting a new juicer and a slow juicer, but it's been one of those things that I haven't purchased. I've put other purchases in front of that purchase because we have this one and it still works beautifully. So it is from Breville, and this is one of the juicers that I feel like is just so powerful and continues to last the test of time. And so many of you also have this juicer and one very similar to it, and I hear a lot of those same sentiments from you. But we do make quite a bit of green juice. Also, I love my lemon ginger tonic. If you've been following me for a while, then you know I love to make the lemon ginger tonic here in this juicer, and then I store it in a glass bottle in the fridge, and it's great because it lasts for 5 to 7 days. So having a juicer is a nice to have appliance. I don't think it's a must have in something like the blender, okay? So for me, if I was recommending an appliance to you and you had to pick between a juicer and a blender, I would rather you pick the blender over the juicer. Now, if you're somebody who has a blender and you're looking to acquire a juicer, I definitely recommend it. It's something that we use frequently, not so much on a daily basis, unless I am doing the celery juice cleanse, which I go on and off of over the years, but it is something that we use a lot. So we love this one from Breville. I will link this exact one for you in the description box down below. There's also a bit more of an affordable one, so I will have those linked for you guys in the description box down below. Okay, moving into the pantry, I wanna share with you the next 3 items on the list, and we're gonna start here with the coffee bar setup. Okay, so the first one is this one here, and this is the GE Cafe Smart coffee maker. So we got this one in matte black when we first moved into the house. We had a different coffee maker. I think it was from Breville at the old house, but we decided to go with this one because it matches our decor a little bit better. Our house is pretty much all black and white. So we did purchase this one in June because we moved in here in June, and I have to say, not only does it look beautiful, but we love it. So it's a 10-cup coffee maker, and we did purchase this at Williams Sonoma, but they also have it at Best Buy and a few other places. So I will link it for you down in the description box, of course. But we love this one. I just set a timer on it every single night. It goes off first thing in the morning. I come downstairs, it's ready for me. I pour, I will say the pot also is like ergonomically really nice to hold. It keeps everything really warm because I do make the coffee quite early. I think it goes off at like 4:50 in the morning. And then when Kaya comes down and drinks his coffee at like 6:45, it's still super warm. So we love that feature as well. Also, it looks really nice. It does have the auto brew on it, which is something we're always looking for. We do have the Techniform up in the cupboards up here, but that's not an auto brew coffee maker. So for us, in the phase of life that we're in right now, this is the perfect coffee maker. Okay, next up is our Nespresso Creatista. So we have had this one for probably 4 or 5 years, quite some time. And I love it, one, because obviously it's an espresso maker, but two, you can also make your lattes, cappuccinos, flat whites, all of like your specialty drinks in here, and you can make them at home. For me, that's really important because I can use organic espresso in here. Additionally, I can use any of my homemade milks, my organic milks, whatever type of milk I want, I can use here in the frother. And you guys know, Nespresso just makes beautiful espresso machines, but this one is with Breville, which we love a ton of the Breville appliances. It's funny because I've gotten Instagram DMs from you guys like, I've never been influenced to purchase a product before, but I did. I purchased this one and I'm so happy. That's how we felt too. It's definitely an investment piece. Like, it is not inexpensive, but I will say it has to be 5 years. 5 years later, it still works beautifully. We take really good care of it. We descale it, we keep it clean. And I can envision this lasting us a lifetime. Like, it's definitely a sturdy appliance. Nespresso, Breville, they make high quality, amazing products. So I can't envision anything going wrong with this one. So if you're into specialty coffees like lattes, cappuccinos, flat whites, then I would highly recommend giving this one a try. Okay, so the next two items that I want to share with you guys are my tea kettle and my glass coffee mug. So pretty much in every video, I feel like as of lately, you guys see either my tea kettle or my glass coffee mug. And that's because I truly use these items all day, every single day. I drink a lot of herbal tea. So whether it's Tulsi tea, peppermint tea, spearmint tea, lemon balm tea, I am tea obsessed all year long. We used to have a Breville tea kettle at the old house and even when we first moved in here, but again, kind of like the coffee machine, the matte black tea kettle just kind of made the most sense. So we did get this fellow tea kettle and we love it. It of course looks beautiful and aesthetically pleasing, but it does such a good job and it heats up the water really quickly. And then I like it because I'll pour a cup of tea and then I can come back and pour a little more water in the teacup and it's still warm even like 30-45 minutes later. So to me, that's a huge bonus. And then my next kitchen favorite is something that we purchased in December, and I've gotten so many messages from you guys on Instagram, and then in return, so many DMs from you about your love and obsession for these glass coffee mugs. We love these mugs so much. They keep your beverage super warm for an extended period of time because they are double walled. And we purchased them at Williams Sonoma and absolutely love them. I will say I do put them in the dishwasher on the top rack and I've had no issues with them breaking. That was a ton of the feedback I got over on Instagram that you guys had purchased some glass mugs on Amazon and they either chipped or broke really soon. So it is the end of February when I'm filming this video / the first week of March, and we've been using them nonstop all day, every single day, putting them in the dishwasher, and I've had no issues with cracking or breaking. I will say the one thing is you of course can't put them in the microwave, but I do put them in the dishwasher and love them, and they keep my drinks so warm. Also, it's just like an experience, right? The aesthetics of the mug and the experience of holding it, it's just amazing, and I truly love these. Something else that you may see me talk about a lot that's not quite a kitchen favorite, just a lifestyle favorite, but they are the sponsor of today's video, is the Bio-Optimizer's Magnesium. So every single night I make a cup of herbal tea in my kettle, I pour it in my glass mug, and then when I'm in the middle of unwinding and cleaning up the kitchen and cleaning up the house, and then before I head into the office to kind of finish up work, I do take 2 of the Bio-Optimizer's Magnesium. And you guys have heard me talk about this magnesium over the last few months. And I have to say that it is truly life-changing. I never recommend a product to you guys before I try it out and know that it definitely makes a difference and elevates my life. And that is absolutely what the BioOptimizers Magnesium does. So the great thing about BioOptimizers, they don't use any synthetics or fillers in their products. And the differentiator in the BioOptimizers Magnesium that is different and sets it above many of the other magnesiums on the market is that it does contain all 7 essential forms of magnesium. So when you take the BioOptimizers Magnesium, not only is it wonderful for brain health, for stress, relaxation, and energy and deeper sleep, but you are getting all of that in the 7 elemental forms and critical nutrients that are found in the different types of magnesium. So I love this one. I've talked about my sleep journey in 2022 and my quest to get a consistent bedtime. And the crazy thing is I truly feel that BioOptimizers has been a critical part of that journey. And because BioOptimizers is partnering with me on this portion of today's video, they have graciously offered a 10% discount to all of you if you're interested in giving the Magnesium Breakthrough a try. So I will put that code here on the screen for you guys as well as in the description box down below. The next 2 items that I use in pretty much every video that we're in my kitchen is a large chef's knife. And actually we have a few different ones, but this one has been my favorite for the last few years. It's from Amazon. It's very sharp, so I'm trying to be careful. It's from Amazon and it's extremely affordable and inexpensive. We do have a full set from Williams Sonoma that's beautiful, but it's not quite as comfortable to hold. And we do sharpen them, of course, frequently. We have them professionally sharpened once a year, but this one does stay extremely sharp. And going along with the sharp knife is a wooden cutting board. To me, a wooden cutting board is a must in my kitchen. I do, of course, have a few plastic cutting boards that I use for meats, and if it's something relatively quick, but I need a large surface to prep most of my ingredients. And contrary to what you may think, wood actually harbors less bacteria than plastic, and it's really easy to clean. You can just use warm water with a little bit of mild soap. Then about once a week, you could take a little bit of hydrogen peroxide, pour it over top, let it foam up quickly. Like, don't let it get super foamy because you do not want to dry it out, but let it foam just ever so slightly and immediately rinse it off. Then you can use something like avocado oil, coconut oil, or any other. There's actually wood oil that you can use to keep them nice and fresh, but this one is from IKEA. I get so many questions about it on Instagram and even here on YouTube. We have 2 of them and we've had them for years. I mean, we've had our first one for probably 6 or 7 years, since before, it has to be 7 years because it was before we had kids. So we've had one for over 7 years and then we got a second one probably 3 years ago. So we have 2 of them. So I know with IKEA that it can be difficult to purchase items online, but I will link it for you in the description box down below. If I can't find it, I will put the name. Additionally, I have been told for many of you who follow me who've been looking for this exact cutting board that there's a few similar ones online. So I will link those for you in the description box as well. But a big wooden cutting board is something I use every single day. It's definitely a great space for me to have. You can see how large it is. I need a lot of space when I'm prepping a ton of produce and different ingredients. I really like having the space, and the wooden cutting board is just a staple in our kitchen. So continuing with kitchen staples, I have to say that having a Dutch oven is a complete must for us, and I do so much of my cooking in one of these 2 pans. So this is a more expensive because this is the Le Creuset, and we've had this probably for 10 years and it's still in perfect condition. We just gently rinse it and wash it. Things do not tend to build up on it, but even over time, I just feel like these pans wear really, really well. And then we do have a more affordable option back here that's from Amazon, I want to say. Yeah, no, it is from Amazon. It's by the brand Lodge. It's also really amazing. It's much bigger in size than this one, as you can see. So sometimes I don't reach for it because it is so large, but within this line, you can get a variety of different sizes. You can get as small or as large as you would like. And we did get it either on like a Prime Day or a Black Friday deal. And I want to say we got it for like $75. So very, very affordable in comparison to, of course, this one that we've had. But when you're looking for longevity and you're looking for a pan that can kind of stand the test of time, of course, investing in a Le Creuset is something that I highly recommend. But because I like to reheat much of our food on the stovetop, not only do I use these pans for cooking in general, but I use it a lot to reheat. And the beauty of it is because I feel like the enamel finish, it just heats evenly and really quickly, and it doesn't overcook your food as fast because the heat is so evenly distributed. So I like to do that because I will reheat. If we're having leftovers from the night before, I'll put it in here in like different sections if I'm keeping the food separated, or if it's a stew, I'll pour the whole thing in, put the lid on top, and it is ready and fully heated through in about 5 minutes. So these two for me are some of my favorites that you guys see in a lot of my videos that we're using frequently. A lot of times on videos, people will be like, wow, that pot is huge. I can't believe how much it holds, and it holds a ton. You can put a whole chicken in here before and had ample room on the sides to also like steam up some carrots and green beans. So this size is nice if you have a bigger family or you cook really large portions, then you would definitely like this one. Okay, last but definitely not least, if you watch any of my baking videos, I do a lot of healthy baking here in our house and on my channel, then you have seen this donut pan. So I do have the Dash donut maker, which I was conflicted about whether or not to put that in this video or not, and it's on the list, so you'll probably see that in part 2. But I find myself reaching for this donut pan from Target. It is the Target Made by Design line. I wanna say it was like $20 or $22, so super affordable. And the size of the donuts is bigger than the size that you get from the Dash donut maker. The Dash donut maker is so cute. It's definitely a novelty item, not a kitchen must-have. That's how I classify and differentiate between the two of them. Also, because my kids are getting older, the size of these donuts is great because they only need one. Whereas with the Dash, I found they were eating 2 or 3 at a time, where this size is great. It's like the size of the palm of my hand. So I only have to pack one of them in their lunch boxes. Plus, let's just be honest, I can cook 12 larger donuts with this pan versus it's either 6 or 8 in the donut maker, really small ones, which is time consuming. So just for ease purposes. And then lastly, the reason why I am including this in today's video is because if you do any baking or you want to start including some more healthy baking, whether it be for you or for your kids, some lunchbox snacks, I always say like get different shapes and sizes. I have a few different silicone molds, baking molds from Home Goods, from Sur La Table, from Crate and Barrel that I've acquired over the years, and keeping things interesting and fresh will have your kids more inclined to try the baked goods that you're preparing, that you're putting so much work into, instead of just putting it into a muffin pan over and over again. And they're used to seeing that same shape. If you mix it up and give a variety with different sizes, shapes, textures, and colors, that definitely adds a variety and a bit of surprise. So I had to throw this one in there because I do show it so frequently here on my channel that it just felt appropriate to kind of end here. So I wanna thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and also I hope that you'll give the BioOptimizer's Magnesium Breakthrough a try. I know I've been talking about this magnesium so much, but honestly, it has helped me, and mainly it has helped so many of you. When I see the comments on my videos about how much you're loving it and the quality of sleep you're getting, please know how much that means to me. So continue leaving me those comments. And if you do want to give the Magnesium Breakthrough a try, I will put a link for you in the description box down below with my code. You can save 10% off. And if you liked this video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Give that a click. That way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here next Thursday.